Hey, my name is Mona7 and I am part of the Social Media Literacy for Change project team. By now, we have already discussed the concept of social media literacy and why it is important for schools. But to really understand what social media literacy means and where the concept comes from, it is useful to put it in the broader context of media and information literacy. In this video, you will learn about the different concepts related to digital media and information literacy, and we will discuss specific skills that students and teachers need to become social media literate. Media and information literacy are not new concepts in themselves. You probably learned about topics like critical thinking or information accessibility in school yourselves, in the context of traditional media such as newspapers or television. But nowadays, adults and children alike spend a lot of time using digital media every day. Therefore, new terms such as digital literacy, media and information literacy, and even social media literacy have begun to emerge. For instance, UNESCO developed a definition of media and information literacy in 2013, which aimed to incorporate digital and traditional aspects of media literacy, so that people discussing the topic would all be on the same page. What makes the UNESCO definition interesting for us is one crucial aspect, which we must keep in mind when thinking about social media literacy. In contrast to former understandings of media and information literacy, new digital forms of literacy see us not only as passive consumers of media, but as active creators. The new relation between people and digital media implies new skills and competences are required to take full advantage of online platforms and to navigate them safely. To be more concrete, which skills do young people need to actively participate in our media-saturated society? Which competences can teachers help their students to develop so that children can navigate safely in a digital environment? Let's have a closer look at the competences that children need to fully benefit from the opportunities in today's digital knowledge society. One of the most important transversal skills that kids are taught in school is critical thinking. In the context of media, children can train their capacity to decide whether a message makes sense. They learn to question why certain information was included or why it was excluded, and they are better able to assess why information is presented in certain ways. Through media literacy training, young people will learn to make up their own minds about the information they access. They can make those decisions based on their own knowledge and judgment. Through critical thinking, children also become smarter consumers of products and of information. Media literacy helps kids learn how to determine whether something is credible. This is true for traditional as well as for digital media, but it is especially important for social media, where it is not always clear whether a message is spread by a reliable source and with what intention. For example, marketing messages are not always marked as advertising, and media literacy skills can support children in discovering a potential persuasive interest of messages. Similarly, social media literacy can help children to recognize points of view. This helps kids appreciate different perspectives, but it also protects them, for example, from potential information manipulation, disinformation tactics, or even ideological persuasion that aims at radicalizing youth or influencing voting behavior. Apart from these skills that can help students to consume media safely and responsibly, it is extremely important that young people can create media responsibly. As we mentioned, most young people use social media, and many of them upload videos, create Instagram stories, or send Snapchat photos. When making these materials, it is important that kids learn to recognize their own point of view and that they can get their message across. Social media literacy also helps children and young people understand that their message can have an impact on others. In times when many schools identify cyberbullying or hate speech as big problems among their students, it is important that children learn to reflect on their own role on social media. This is not only true when children create content, but also when they share it with others, for example, forward content, or when they interact with content produced by someone else. Social media literacy can help children to ask themselves how their upload or their like will affect the feelings of their peers. And in this way, it can create social responsibility and ethical behavior. Finally, we spend a lot of time on social media, but we are not always aware of how we spend that time. Through social media literacy, children can learn to identify the role of media in our culture. Media in general and social media in particular shape our understanding of the world and have an important influence on the way we think and the way we behave. As you know, we firmly believe that schools are key partners to help children develop social media literacy and the transversal skills linked to it from an early age. The task is not an easy one, but it is necessary to empower future generations. In the rest of this course, we will work together on creating a strategy for your school that can help to address the specific points that are most important to you and your students.